Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. Today I wanted to do an updated fall makeup routine. Most of the time, you guys know, I keep my makeup really simple, and this is still very simple for most people probably, but I wanted to play with eyeshadows a bit more, and I've been doing that. I would say within the last month I've been doing kind of like a pinky bronze eye, and I've really liked it, and you guys have told me you really like my makeup recently, so I wanted to share with you what I've been doing to achieve it. I wanted to share with you some new products that I got from Sephora during their sale, and yeah, just really quick updated fall makeup that I've been wearing all fall, and I'll probably wear into the winter, because once I get on a makeup kick, it stays that way for a very long time. But I feel like it's natural, it's glowy, but it's pretty, and it's a little something different. I feel like it helps my little eyes pop. So if you're interested to see how I achieve this look, then just keep watching. So I pretty much always have stuck to the same makeup routine, and I never really did a lot of like eyeshadow, and I have a little bit more eyeshadow in the mix now, so I kind of want to share with you what I've been doing and try out some of the new products that I picked up from my Sephora, or from the Sephora sale. So let's go ahead and get into it. I'm gonna talk through things. Yeah, so let's go ahead and jump in. I have my base, my like skin prep on, and then I have Ulta MD tinted SPF. I am dealing with some redness, you can see up in this area, because I'm using like a dark spot cream to really tackle my melasma, and so far, you guys, I'm really impressed. So I'm trying out Muesli, and so far I really like it. So let's go ahead and go in with my little glowy base. I still always go in with this. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. Just kind of rub this everywhere, and that's it to start with. And then I'm going to go ahead and blend this in. So I've been loving dual-sided brushes. If you guys have any of the Hourglass ones, let me know. Is it worth like the investment in those? Because I've been thinking about getting them, but I never pulled the trigger on it when the Sephora sale happened. There's always Black Friday, because I feel like all the brand sites do like their own sales on their site, so definitely excited to check that out and see what they have going on. Now this I picked up from the Sephora sale. This is the Haus Labs Tri-Clone Skin Tech Foundation. I've worn this probably, I don't know, 5 or 6 times now, and I really like it. There's a couple things though. It's a little heavy for me to wear every single day, so I do like to sheer it out with an oil, but overall I like the way it blends. If I'm wearing it more of a full coverage, this is definitely more full coverage than, like, let's say my NARS Light Reflecting, and obviously a heck of a lot more coverage than the Hourglass skin tint. So I have been really liking this, but I do like to apply an oil with it. I like to do that into the drier months anyways, because I just feel like it just sits more glowy and radiant on my skin, and I like the way it still lasts. But yeah, I've really been enjoying this foundation. So I go ahead and take a pump and put it in the palm of my hand. Not even a full pump, like literally that's all I use. I don't use a ton. And then this is my favorite oil to mix foundations with, and honestly I'm kicking myself for not buying another one, because I've been using it at night too. This is probably my favorite facial oil. This is the Youth to the People Maki Acai Prickly Pear Goji, whatever. This is so good. It's just a really good like multi-purpose oil, and I just do 1 drop into the foundation, you can see right there, and then I take and blend it in and just kind of mix it up. Wow, look how white my palm is compared to my face. And just dot this around. So if you have any foundation that you feel like is a beautiful finish, it's just sometimes a little bit heavy for day to day, try mixing just 1 drop of oil, maybe not even a full drop of oil, depending on how much foundation you're using, but I like that trick. So go ahead and do that, and then I go back in with the same It Cosmetics brush and buff that in. Definitely less is more with foundation. I feel like you can always do sheer buildable layers. It just looks so much more natural than like putting a huge cakey layer on your face all at one time. I definitely used to be fall victim to that. And then I will take just like whatever else is on there, take a little brush and kind of just build where I need just a little bit more coverage. And I pull down and buff. I pull down and kind of like pack on when I'm like needing extra coverage, and I like buff where I want to diffuse coverage and just kind of give an airbrush look. So that is the base. So just really beautiful finish to the foundation. I don't bring it underneath my eyes or anything like that because I am going to go in with concealer. So got that. Now this is probably one of my new favorite concealers, but I'm trying, where is it? I've been playing around with this one, but I wanted to use this one because it goes with the foundation. I've been playing around with this one, the Pacifica Dreamlit Glow Concealer. This is really freaking good. It comes in a glass container, which is really nice. And I've really been enjoying the formula of this. The shade range absolutely sucks. I believe this is shade 9. I originally got shade 11. The box is so much more deceiving than the package, so actually take it out of the package and see what it fully looks like, because it's not the same, I swear. So I just take a little bit and pop that here, really wherever my darkness is. But I have been really enjoying this concealer. I still love Mycosis, but this is just such a little bit more full coverage, and honestly a better fit for my coloring as well. Okay, I have a little friend deciding he wants to pop up over there. You are not invited. The other thing I've been loving is I've loved the concealer brush on the end of this, but I also have been loving this concealer brush. This is, well, I don't know if it's a concealer brush. It's the Airbrush Detail in 57 from Sephora. So I like this because it's big enough where you can pat into the areas where you want a little bit more coverage. Like I said, I have melasma there. And then it's easy to just like brush away small areas and get in there still. I've really been loving a concealer brush. I don't know why it has taken me so long to use brushes in my life. I don't know, I just always thought my beauty blender was just sufficient, but I don't know about that anymore. Okay, so I don't know if you can tell. Just such a glowy, radiant base. And again, it's glowy without the oil as well. I just find that it helps my skin stay really hydrated throughout the day, which I struggle with as soon as it like dips a little bit into like colder temperatures. I also have broken out my humidifier and slept with it by my bed, and that makes literally the world of difference. Like my skincare is still like glowy, like plump, and like I can feel it on my skin, versus it just like, I don't know, it's so good. All right, so my base makeup is on. I like to kind of let it sit and settle before I go in with powder, because right now my entire face is wet still, so I like to kind of see it dry down before I put powder on so I don't over powder and look too cakey. But I want to take a minute to thank today's sponsor, which is Dossier. I mean, you guys know how much I love Dossier, and if you have not checked out Dossier, now is the perfect time. They're running an insane Black Friday sale. It's pretty epic. So I want to share with you some of my top standout fragrances they have, and then I want to share with you the deal that they're running. So they have, if you buy any 3 of their fragrances, you get 15% off. Any 4, you get 20% off. 5, 25, and 6, you get 30% off. And it also gets you free shipping if you buy any 3. So I want to show you some of my 4 like standout, like I feel like anyone would love these fragrances. I mean, my collection's huge, but these are some of my favorite standouts. I mean, let's start with the first, which is, I believe, one of their #1 sellers. It's the Ambery Saffron. It's a dupe replica for Baccarat Rouge. So if you're new to Dossier and you've never heard of them, they basically make inspired by like super high-end luxury fragrances, like $300 fragrances. I believe the Baccarat Rouge is like up there, starting at $29. So an amazing concept where they just kind of cut out that like luxury branding tax but still give you the most amazing scents. And you guys, when I tell you this lingers, this lingers. Like I can go in my closet and I can tell you when I wore this on a sweater, like it stays. I find that so amazing because I don't know about you guys, but sometimes cheaper perfumes don't last. That is not the case with Dossier. These things smell forever. So the Ambery Saffron Baccarat Rouge dupe, the Woody Chestnut, this one I've had in my collection for years, like the original. This is the replica by the fireside, or by the fireplace, by the fireside. It's smoky, it's sweet. It's, if you have ever smelled Bath & Body Works Marshmallow Fireside, very similar to this. It's just so good. It's so woody, it's so smoky, it's just one of my favorite scents. And then if you're looking for a little bit more fresh sort of scents, this Musky Musk, this is a dupe for the, I want to say Dossier, not a perfume, or not Dossier, this is Dossier. Juliet has a gun, not a perfume. I believe that's the scent. I will leave it if I'm wrong, but I'm 99% sure. When I wore this, Neilani was like, what are you wearing? And I told her, it's so good, I swear. This is such a fresh but complex scent, and I'm really a fan of it. Very unique. And then this one I love because it reminds me of my mom. This was the fragrance she used to wear. Not this one, she used to buy the real one, which if she was still alive, I would buy this one for her because it's so much more affordable. This is the Aquatic Peony. This is a replica of Acqua di Gio. I think that's what it is, by Giorgio Armani. So freaking good. It's kind of masculine but sweet. I love this. So those are my favorite 4 standouts, but there are so many to choose from. You can just browse their website. They've got YSL, they've got Joe Malone replicas, they have Tom Ford, like they have it all. So if you guys have not checked them out, I will go ahead and drop the links in the description box down below. Now is a great time, obviously, to check them out. They also have a 30-day money-back guarantee, so if it doesn't work for you, doesn't work on your body chemistry, you can go ahead and return it or exchange it for a scent that you're curious to check out. So I highly recommend. I cannot say enough good things. I will never buy a luxury fragrance again if Dossier makes the replica of it, because they're one-to-one so freaking good. So big shout out to Dossier for partnering with me. Again, don't forget to check out their huge Black Friday sale. You are not going to want to miss this, and I will leave the links in the description box down below. All right, now that my base has set though, I'll go ahead and just kind of buff out any lines that could have settled in, and then just kind of once over blend everything out with my Beauty Blender. I feel like once you let the foundation dry a little bit, the Beauty Blender doesn't pick up as much product. So obviously that's good, right? Because I hate to think of the thought of how much products I wasted because I was like just going with a Beauty Blender. A mess. Okay. I love this powder to death, hate the packaging. This is the Kosas Cloud Set. I've been using this giant brush. Now that it's not summer, I feel like I was using this for bronzer, but now I'm going to use it for powder. So I just go ahead and set really kind of all over, but I just do a little dusting. And then I take a little smaller brush and just kind of press that underneath my eyes and on my eyelids, because I don't like when my eyelids get concealer creases on it. And that's it. It just kind of, like, you still get the glow, you can tell. Still gives you a glow, but it's just gonna be smoother when you're putting powder products over the top. So base is completely done. Let's go in with my little Hourglass Edit Unlocked, whatever palette this is. Lighting Edit Unlocked. I have the Leopard palette. This is very similar to my Elephant palette, but I love these. If you have never purchased one of these, I really encourage you to. They are so worth the investment. They're just stunning powders, especially for aging, maturing skin. And they're just everything you need. Literally everything you need. I'm pretty sure I used mine every single day anytime I wore makeup last year. And I still have a decent amount left in my, Elephant palette. So this is the Elephant palette that I bought last year during the sale. And like you can tell I'm getting close on these ones. They're definitely flat. But I've loved the heck out of this. It's so good. So this was my favorite, and I decided I would regret it if I didn't grab this one. It's got some different colors in it, but the blush and the bronzer and the highlighter is the same. These blushes are pretty much different, but anyway, depending on what you already own. I go in with the bronzer, and I've been using this again for bronzer instead of blush now. And this just gives subtle glow. Not too much, not glittery, just stunning. And if you're more pale and you find the bronzer to be a little like intense, go ahead and mix it in with this. So take a little bit of this with this and then go in with it. It'll kind of diffuse the like intensity of the bronzer. Sometimes I have to do that if I'm a little bit pastier than this. Obviously they have different palettes for different skin tones, but you can truly customize it. And this is a finishing powder, so it just looks beautiful and radiant. It doesn't really like change the finish of the bronzer though. So just kind of put it everywhere. And then I've been going in with more of like a kind of more precise blush brush on my cheekies. I do find that their blushes are pretty intense. So I start with a little and then build / diffuse out with that finishing powder. Yeah. So then I take that finishing powder and just kind of buff out anything that might have gotten a little crazy. Stunning. Go in with eyeshadow. You guys, I can't believe I'm wearing eyeshadow. It's kind of crazy. I mean, I've always worn like powder liner and like I've run my bronzer through my crease, but we've been stepping it up a little, okay? So let me show you. I keep the same palette. Like I said, I can do my entire face with this palette, and if I'm like in a pinch, I don't even need to bring my powder because I can use this guy. But I still like to set my powder, or I still like a setting powder and to use this as like a finishing powder. Ooh, hair in my face. Okay, so I take a giant like fluffy blending brush. This is their Tapered Blending by Sigma. And I go in with the finishing powder first and just run that through my crease to ensure that I have like a smooth base and no like brown stuff is gonna stick to stick to anything and become patchy. So I always run just like a clean, you can do this with your powder as well if you don't have this. Your setting powder, your whatever. Then I go in with the same brush, tap it in my bronzer, and then deepen up the crease in a very diffused way with this. This brush is really big so it doesn't deposit a ton of color. I've tried the Dunkin' Donuts sugar cookie, spiced cookie coffee with alt milk. It's pretty good. Okay, then I go in with this. This is a Sigma blending brush, and I take a little bit more bronzer and really just kind of concentrate that. I think the key to getting like depth with your eyeshadow is really using different brushes to kind of build the color, which I've never really played around with too much before. Never been an eyeshadow girl. I don't know. Eyeshadow literally, whenever I did it, always looked like I was a streetwalker. Like it wasn't a good look for me. Or like I got punched in the face. But I've really been loving this bronzy, pinky eye. I had no idea how much pinks made your blue eyes pop, or green eyes, whatever color eyes you have. Okay, so that's the crease. That's all I do for that for now. Then I go in with the Sephora 14 shadow brush. And I go in with the blush, okay? So this pinky blush. And I place that on the lid. And I don't go too crazy. You can always add more, but you can't really take away too much when you start. And sometimes pink eyes can make you look like you have pink eye, and can make you look a little tired. So we really just want like a sheer light pink wash all over the lid. We're gonna brighten it up in just a second. Then I take the other side of that brush and I go in with the highlighter, like a gold color, and I kind of bring that in the inner part of my eye. Inner half. I'm gonna pack and brush that on. I don't like specifically just go in the inner corner. I feel like that can look a little harsh, but you can tell that instantly just like brightened up the eye and made it a little less pink. I don't know how much you can tell, but I think it's pretty. And then I just take whatever's left of that highlighter and just brush it up top. And then, I know, I use a lot of brushes, but then I use the Sigma Detailed Diffuser Crease, and I go in a little bit more with the bronzer and the blush and just run it through the crease. So I feel like this blends the crease with the lid really well. So mix those two colors. Again, you don't have to use all these different brushes. I just have them and have enjoyed playing with them. So pretty. Okay, and then that's it for like eyes, eyeshadow-ish stuff, whatever. I go in with this little palette. I don't know if they still make this palette anymore, but like any dark brown will work. I use this guy right here as a liner. So I take a little angled brush. This is the Sephora 68. This is their cream brow, but like I said, I use it as a liner slash eyebrow. So I start and take and just push it into my lash line, kind of smudging it. This just looks so much softer than like eyeliner. And if you deal with really oily lids or you feel like your eyeshadow doesn't stay on put a little setting spray on your brush before you dip it in the powder, and that will definitely help. Also, I guess use an eyeshadow base. I don't know, I find eyeshadow bases are kind of a waste for me because I don't really have that oily of eyelids now. So once I've lined my lids, I've been doing a little bit of a wing. And it's been interesting to redo a wing on my eyes now that they're aging, because you can definitely tell this side of my face droops a little bit more than this side. I talk with this eyebrow a lot, and this one just doesn't naturally raise as much. So it's been interesting to see. Like, I used to have no issue doing wings, and I think the biggest problem with people doing wings is they're doing wings for other people's eye shape versus their own. And I still struggle with it every once in a while. Sometimes I'll nail a wing, and sometimes I'm like, girl, what are you doing? So this is kind of what I've been doing. I've been putting the actual angle of the brush, like this part of it, towards the inner of my eye, and then just flicking it and dragging whatever I have, like up and out. Some people need to do it straight, and some people need to do it down, depending on the shape of your eye. But again, just kind of flicking it out very softly. If you mess up, you can simply, because it's so easy and it's a light shadow, you can just blend it out with a blending brush. But I've really been enjoying just kind of, I don't know, the extra eye look. I've been enjoying having fun with it. Let's go back to our brows. I always think that my eyes look like too much until I do my brows. I don't know about you guys. I know a lot of people do their brows first, but I don't. I have been absolutely in love. This is the only thing that's replaced my Benefit Gimme Brow in so many years. I love this thing. This is their Merit brow. I don't do a ton to my brows, but I like this. I don't think you have to do a ton. If you have pretty, like, good fullish eyebrows and you don't have a problem with anything about them, just get a tinted pomade like this. I feel like it's just so easy. It just gives you a little bit of definition, because sometimes if your eyebrows aren't filled in and you have makeup all over the rest of your face, you can kind of look a little wonky, but you don't need to like pencil them in or anything if you don't have a problem with your brows. And the cool thing with this is I feel like it builds. The color builds a little bit more than the Benefit one. So I can like do 2 layers, and I feel like I get the darkness I want to achieve. So there's that. Next thing I'm going to do is curl my lashes. I've been loving this Shiseido eyelash curler. It like instantly just opens up your eye. You don't even need mascara. And then I've still been loving my little freckle pen to just kind of dot wherever I naturally have freckles. I think it helps with the foundation looking insanely natural. And then last but not least, I go out, well, I have 2 more steps. Then I take the finishing powder on this small cheekbone highlighter brush or whatever, and I just kind of put this right underneath my eye to kind of bring a little bit of luminosity there. This is my like highlighter. I don't really use the highlighter a ton in here. Sometimes I will, like when I'm going out. But day to day, I don't feel like I need like chunky glittery highlighter, even though this highlighter is beautiful and not too chunky. Going with my setting spray, the Benefit Professional is my fave. The mascara I'm going to go in with is Maybelline L'Oreal or Lash Sensational. I really have been loving the roller lash as well, but this is what I'm going to pick today. Old Faithful. I need to know though, what's your favorite mascara? What do you love and just like continue to go back to? I unfortunately can never use the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. It just transfers on me so bad. It gives me the worst raccoon eyes. But like certain mascaras will really, if they're not that bad, they'll just transfer to my bottom. But like Better Than Sex transfers to my top and my bottom. Like it's that bad on me. All right, you guys. I have a little bit of mascara there. But that's the look. That's what I've been doing recently. If you've been curious to see like where my what my pink shadowy is. This is probably what I'm going to be wearing into the fall. I've really just been enjoying this like kind of pinky brownie sort of look to my eyes, and I've really enjoyed playing with eyeshadow recently. So who knows, I might get an eyeshadow palette in the future, but I haven't bought an eyeshadow palette in so long, like probably 7 years. I'm kidding, but I love just using what you already have. So I hope you guys enjoyed, found this video helpful. Let me remove my little clippies. Again, don't forget to check out Dossier's Black Friday sale. So freaking good. The more you buy, the more you save, and I swear to you, you will not ever, if you can find it on Dossier, you will not ever buy the real thing. I don't know why anybody would. It's like buying the Beauty Blender anymore. Who does that? No offense, Beauty Blender. But that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next video real soon.